Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Next Rank YouTube channel with Johnny and Jack. Today we've got some games that I'm particularly excited about to show to you guys because we're watching the first ever Italian team who made top 8 in RLCS. I did a couple of reviews of this on my own channel because I was interested to see what are these guys cooking after a tweet from their coach, kuxir97, one of the greats in Rocket League. He tweeted, I'll just read it to you. I'm extremely proud of being the coach of these players. They gave me trust while thinking outside of the current meta, and it delivered in such a beautiful way. So of course I read this and I think I've got to go and look more closely at this, because when I was casting some of these matches, when I'm watching them, I saw a lot of back passes, but it's hard to in the moment really pick up on any particular playstyle differences that might be off meta. But yeah, I think that this is, upon closer inspection, I was like, wait, they might be onto something here. I need to talk to Jack about this. We need to talk about it on this channel as well. So here we are in game 3 of their match against Wild, and that's a 1-0, just about a minute in. But yeah, Jack, you were skeptical at first.
Yeah, I was.
Now, you've had a little bit of a look. What are you thinking now about the full Italian team and their playstyle?
Yeah, like when Johnny kind of came to me and said, "Look, there's a team." I don't watch RLCS really, especially when I get knocked out. So I'm not watching any gameplay. So I didn't see these guys play. And Johnny was like, "There's a team that is back passing." I've never heard of it since then. I was like, "What is going on?"
Back passes.
And there we go. They're just like trying to sit up field and spam back passes. And when you first get told about this, I mean, Rocket League is a very it's a very standard game. There's a lot of nuance, Johnny. There's a lot of like little things that are different here and there. But at the same time, standard rotation for most teams is pretty much the same, right? The stuff like this is very different, where players and teams are trying to kind of sit up field, waiting for loose balls to hit back passes from. It's very interesting. So I thought we'd take a look. And when I watched these replays through, because I took a little bit of a sneak peek before we did this video. And I think it's interesting. I think I'm interested to see how it progresses. If it is, a viable strategy long term, maybe I'll go through my overall feeling towards the end of the video once we look at the gameplay, Johnny. But yeah, let's take a look at this and see what these guys are doing differently compared to everyone else.
Yeah, so the obvious standout thing, like Jack said, that's different is that there's a lot of back passing, and that is clear, and that jumps off the screen and you can just see it because it's so unusual to see. Obviously back passes are part of the meta, but to see them as often as these guys do them, and to see them all, it looks almost like they've got in and said, right guys, let's try and back pass as much as possible. But I was speculating on my channel that I don't think that's what they've said in the in the
team talks.
Coaching with Kuxir, in the team talks. Yeah, they're probably not going in with the goal of back passing. There has to be something more to this, and I was wondering, is that the symptom of a bigger thing, which you've just mentioned, the sitting upfield, and also in the other end of the pitch, sitting back, because what they'll do that's, I think, quite different from other teams in the top tier meta right now is if two players are attacking, they will leave somebody really deep. It's actually genuinely like pre-RLCS Gibbs. They'll just never ever join the attack unless 1,000,000% one of their teammates is already back. Now that's a concept we've talked about on the channel before. Oh, nice shot for a 2-0 here. We've discussed that you shouldn't, commit unless you're from third, unless you're really sure that it's a good idea. These guys take it to a whole other level, and then they flip it around and they say, well, first man, nice back pass there. Love that. First man will also not come back unless he's sure his team's in trouble, essentially. So I think that's what they're doing. Not talk to Kuxir or this team about this. We're just trying to look and see what we can see. Maybe we, if we reach the end of this video though and we're not sure, maybe we do need to warm them up and see if they want to leak it.
Sneak peek into the strategies. Okay, I just wanted to rewind quickly and take a look at this, because we are obviously talking a lot about the the team and whatnot, but I do want to start kind of getting into these players and talking about them. These guys are doing different rotation compared to most teams, and it's just when they have two players back in defense like this, the quote unquote the third player at least that isn't back, they're not rushing back post. Standard most players would kind of just rotate this way and go into this position and let everyone kind of move forward like this. maybe they would look for a bump in the midfield, or maybe they would look for a bump on the guy on the ball. But they wouldn't just sit here. This is very different, right? So this is what these guys are trying to do. They just believe that having two people back in defense is enough, which I kind of agree with them on, at least for the current play. And if this guy can sit upfield, once a play is out, if the play is good, then the guy on the ball can carry on. If the play is bad, which TMS, the person that we're viewing here, he judges this play to not be so great, at least from what I understand, and he actually tries to hit this back to Grammar. Now, unfortunately, a slight touch happened from Hyder that wasn't expected. We'll see it here. Okay, maybe it was expected. He boosted into it. But basically, they weren't on the same page on this one, but TMS was trying to back pass this, which is very interesting because you just would never... Not never, but you would very rarely try and do that. It doesn't work out in terms of they get the back pass and that's why they score. But they end up getting the goal in the end anyway. And I do like the concept. If you have two players back in defense, realistically, everything should be fine. A nice back pass there. That one is more common, but still not. It's not happening every time. Players won't be doing that every time. Another slight back pass there from Grammar. More of a force, but it's still similar concept. And yeah, TMS still here, just waiting around in this midfield. Again, this one makes a little bit more sense to do in this position, but still, they're committing to it almost every time, and they clearly have a structure that they are keeping in mind.
You know what this almost reminds me of, and I've actually just realized this right now. I didn't notice it before, or didn't think of this before, but this is it's not as extreme, but it's sort of reminiscent to how Heatseeker meta developed into having a player constantly upfield because the ball is gonna be there. If these guys know the ball is gonna go upfield into those positions because you've got two players back, then you can sit upfield. And this isn't a novel idea. Obviously teams do leave players upfield in the past. Mostly demos have been the main topic of conversation. But these guys don't look for as many demos. Look how there are players in this area that could be demoed, but instead the priority is this. This should have been a goal. It's a fantastic passing play. But yeah, here ball cam is on. We're not looking for demos. We're actually, just maybe threatening demos with our presence. The fact that we're here. The opponents are like, whoa, what's this guy doing here? But you're just actually back passing, just giving the ball back to your third, who, while you're sitting upfield, is sitting deep. And there's another one. So I think it works quite well because the two ideas that we're seeing. Oh, that's unlucky.
That's very unlucky.
Saved our own shot, but the goalie probably should have had it. Yeah, having a deep third or having somebody back ready to defend at all times gives the player upfield confidence to hit the back pass hard, which could be one of the difficult aspects of back passing if you're in lower ranks or even in mid ranks, high ranks. You hit the back pass too hard, you've outplayed your teammate. But that's never a danger here because these guys have super deep third most of the time. Yeah,
absolutely. I hope you guys don't mind us pausing. This is a very interesting video and there's a lot to kind of cover. So let's just go back and take a look at a few things here. There's a back pass there. Very common to do this. This is pretty natural, but still to notice it and to do it every time without even being close to coming to an awkward position or situation, between yourself and the third player. Because what sometimes happens here is the third guy wants to push up and challenge. They have to commit to make sure that this guy isn't going to try and back pass, and then both things happen. He tries to back pass thinking the guy is staying back. He tries to challenge the ball thinking that he's got the right to go. But that's not happened here. There's no awkwardness. He knows that he's going to back pass. The third man knows that he's going to back pass, and so there's this nice kind of gap, and it allows the possession to kind of transfer pretty smoothly into their kind of hands, which ends up going really nicely. Yeah, like Johnny said, threatening bumps. This player will be aware that TMS is going for this. He does have to play a little bit more cautiously, try and avoid the bump on the back wall or on this kind of curve here. This player will be a bit concerned about the bump a second ago, and it just creates this space. You see that this player is actually waiting to try and avoid this bump because he backs off. He wouldn't be doing that. He would not be doing that unless he was worried about this bump. And yeah, exactly like this happens. The bump doesn't happen. The space opens up. The touch happens. We get back into clean space for Grammar to take a solo play. The most common thing is just like pop it up and solo play. That's why Sheila's pushing out for this touch. But yeah, backboard guy from the original player that was pushing out can now get a pass, pop it down. Grammar should have seen this, like, or at least pushed up into this position to play this touch in case it was happening. Because, yeah, just carry on boosting it, and we have a goal. Obviously, he's playing also the back pass more into the middle area. Sorry, where are we? Here, into this boost pad. No, not there. Where are we? Over here. Yeah, into into this pad here. He's playing that. But yeah, most common, this play would carry on boosting, and it's a fantastic play. It would get a goal. But either way, they still have great offense, and we get behind the ball to back pass it again. You know, it's really cool because I do think that small things here and there have been, you know, messed around with in Rocket League, and they should be. You know, they're really good kind of plays to keep up possession. I do think it's kind of like I think we saw stuff like this happen a little bit more maybe like 3 years ago, Johnny. I was saying this to you out of this video. I think that stuff like this happened a little bit more, not to this extent, but just small things. But because Rocket League progresses, as another back pass there, by the way, because Rocket League progresses, players get more mechanical, they get quicker at recovering. It's become more solo based. It has. Solo players have become more and more of a thing. Teams kind of break defense down with solo players first rather than passes. Players have gotten so good at recognizing passing opportunities that it doesn't happen as much as we once saw at pro level. It doesn't. I mean, there are still huge amounts of passes. Of course there will be. It's a game of a team game at the end of the day. Was this another back pass? I think it might have been from Hyder here. If I had to guess, it is. That's really nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
This is great.
And they get another, you know, it just opens up the pitch. It's like...
It does,
It opens up the space on the right side. It's really
safe.
lovely. Yeah,
Nice.
it's safe. It's not, you know, no chance it gets dunked. But yeah, and that's the game. I really like it, Johnny. I think that there are going to be parts that are going to are punishable, but like with anything that's kind of newer and testing the waters, you know, it's not going to be perfect first time. And I think that there's parts of it that you can take into your own game and work with. Yeah, let's take a look at another game here, Johnny.
Okay, we're going to take a look at a game against Carmine Corp as well. This is in top 8 now. We're in the playoffs. So previously that was group stage matches. This team, GHT, Grama, Hyder, TMS, were able to eliminate Manchester City, who are going to the Paris Major. So, or I think they beat them in upper bracket, maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, they beat Man City with this playstyle. It was in Loris. They eliminated them. And then they went on to the top 8 to play against KC. So we want to take a look and see, does this work at all against KC? Now, I watched the series live, and I was very impressed with GHT at the start of the series. Then at the end of the series, it looked like they lost their confidence a little bit. They started to get nervous, maybe, I'm not sure, but they did fall apart. But game 1, they lost in a close game 1. It was the score was 2-1 to KC in overtime, 2 minutes overtime. So they lost a very close overtime. Now here we are in game 2. See what's happening. But yeah, safe to say, these first 2 games, obviously it's the start of the playoffs for KC as well. They've not been as dominant as they usually are, but it's still impressive to see this different playstyle working against a team as good as KC are. And one thing I wanted to ask you, Jack, just in general, not about anything specifically we've seen, is do you think this kind of goes hand in hand with your, like, you think the offensive corner is a really risky place, right? So back passing out of that towards your teammates in mid, it's really nice to avoid something that you dislike, and you tell players and viewers all the time to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not that like they are. You should never. Sorry, it's not that you should never kind of go into that place, but like you said, you have to look out for it and you have to kind of pay attention to it. And this is a very nice way to get around it. Unfortunately, you do have to be on the same page with your teammates. This is really nice. You have to be on the same page with your teammates, which in solo queue can be harder. But at the same time, if you don't have to be, common to be on the same page. You can see that your teammate's waiting back, and then you can go for a back pass out of the corner. As long as you get behind the ball first, it's obviously very important. You have to threaten a demo to do that. But yeah, I completely agree. I think it's fantastic. This is really nice. That's an orange player that's just hit that ball, by the way. I know his car looks a little blue, and he's trying to hit it towards the other side. Hyder going for a shot here. Bit weird. I don't know why he's thinking that.
Why is he not back passing?
I don't know why he's trying to shoot on the blue net. I mean, the orange net is completely open, and we should be trying to slam the ball over there. But he saw an opportunity for a shot there and went for it. Yeah, these guys, they do connect nicely. And even on ones where they're not like completely perfect, you know, this one, Hyder's clearly thinking that this back pass is just going to go straight down the middle of the pitch. Maybe TMS was trying to do that. Maybe he got a slight mistouch. It went to the right off of the wheel of his car. Wasn't perfect. They still get possession, right? It's clean space. It's, you know, it's a nice place to move into, and they can still get a play forward from it. Whereas if you know, if TMS tried to kind of let's go back to it. If TMS tried to just, you know, redirect this forward, which is probably the most common thing to do here, yeah, the ball just will kind of not go anywhere, and Juicy will probably be able to collect it. Maybe Grammar can turn on it, but it gets a little awkward. So I really do like it in certain positions that these guys have picked up on. I think we saw another one there before a demo. They're trying to get behind the play every single time, force it back. I mean, yeah, it's definitely interesting. It can sometimes get them caught out if they don't do it perfectly. But again, like we spoke about previously, like anything, any new thing, it's gonna be, there's gonna be a testing period, isn't there?
Yeah, it's interesting as well, because if teams start to notice this, I'm sure they will. You know, if coaches have picked up on the fact that this is what GHD are doing, and you get to see this in the last chance squall if this team sticks together, then, you know, teams are going to be looking out for that. They might be trying to preemptively cut back passes off, or they might try to isolate the defenders who are defending with 2 instead of 3 for large periods of time, by being more physical, or, you know, just anything else that teams can think of to counter this. But that'll just open up more angles for these guys who they've been, you know, playing high-level Rocket League for a long time. It's not like they've just come out of nowhere here. These guys have been, you know, it's actually been a really big theme over RLCS for the past few years, is can a full Italian team make top 8? 'Cause there's been multiple times where they've come close. I believe it was Dead Monster and Mala's team.
Yeah,
who
Dead Monster,
got
Mala,
one
Hyder,
game away.
I think.
Hyder, yeah, they got game away, which is really, really close. So these guys finally made that jump past the previous personal best of full Italian team. Italians have been on good teams before. Kuxir, their coach, obviously Arju, Hyder, Grama, and all these guys. They've been on other teams with other players playing normal playstyles. So if teams start to overcompensate to stop the back pass,
they can just
that
go
might
back
make
to
other things, for, you know, passes in other directions, or shots, or like physical play.
Yeah.
There will be other things that these guys can do if they notice teams overcompensating against their current style. Oh, they get it a bit wrong here though. So this is where it can get a bit tricky, because the Grama, he's just trying to get underneath Atto, and then he assumes that Hyder's going to be really deep, because that's what they've generally been doing. His third never commits except for a free ball. But here Grama thinks, okay, I've got a free ball. Hyder thinks it's free. Grama doesn't think it's free. Yeah. So they don't make the correct read, and they double commit.
And they almost own goal, basically. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there's, but the thing is, the thing that I want to make very clear is that everything, when flip resets first became a thing, Johnny, it's like, well, nah, it's too risky. It takes too long to set up. Everything is too risky when it's first discovered. You know what I mean? It's never going to work. It's too risky. It's you know, they can't get it down perfectly every time. That's like the argument for anything new ever. That seems, at least in history in this game. And it's not going to be like that forever. You know, players get better in terms of mechanics and in terms of reading and IQ. So, you know, stuff like that, maybe one day we'll see it kind of never happen. I think just because the style and something has mistakes, it doesn't point in the direction that it can't work, kind of thing. I think everyone knows that. It's just important to kind of keep note of it. I do think it's interesting. I think that like you said, I don't think their overall kind of team talk is let's try and back pass every ball. I think it's more so a positional thing that leads to that as the outcome. I do think that they might speak about it slightly. This is kind of a look in, and also a good play, a good recovery by Vatira, which I actually think it's important to note that, like, this video is like, we're not saying that this is the greatest playstyle in the world. It's just something new.
No,
you know what I mean? It might not be.
Yeah.
Casey's playstyle might just be better as well. It's also important to note that Rocket League is such an individual game. Unfortunately, it is like such a mechanical game that, you know, if players are better, they will still win most of the time. You know what I mean? Like on an individual level. I presume that's what we kind of. I didn't watch this series. I didn't watch the end of this series. Yeah, nice touches as well. But I presume that's what happened towards the end of this series. That like KC were taking games because they were just winning. Nice play. and then the Italian team kind of got a little bit out of their
those
play
mistakes
style
that we
and
saw
scared from that. Yeah.
They're
Nice
quite rare
play.
in these games. The mistakes became more prevalent.
Yeah.
What a pass.
Because you start
Fantastic
double thinking. Double thinking. What am I saying? You start thinking.
You're double committing on your thoughts.
Yeah, double thinking. You start like overthinking, I guess, and getting it wrong. Yeah, really nice play actually. I do want to go back to this. I think we saw a back pass or two about 20 seconds ago from here that leads us up to getting possession, and then just a nice pass to the backboard, a pass down. Johnny tried to tell me this was a back pass. I think
I saw it moving a little bit back there, so maybe a tiny bit.
But it was like a slight back pass. But yeah, it was a really, really nice play.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah.
Well, the idea, like you said, isn't to spam back passes. We're assuming. Maybe it is. Maybe they did just get together and say, you know what, guys, back passes are underrated. Let's back pass as much as possible. By the way,
they've done this twice now. Sorry to cut you off, but like...
You like this kickoff?
No, I don't, to be honest. But,
you don't?
I just like from first kind of thought is that it's like super easily crushed. Like, and but they've clearly... It's not like they're going to be doing this out of nowhere. They've clearly had success with it. Or maybe they're not doing it and they're actually just messing up their kickoff. But... Sorry to go back. We will go to this overtime in a second. But
no, you're interrupting me to talk about kickoffs. I am on board with that.
It's two different players. TMS also flipped weird on his... Like, he's literally turning... Look at his wheels. He's turning left as the kickoff is about to start. There's, here. Yeah. He's not... That's not normal. You don't like... Is he contact...
He's outside of the ball. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. He got across it.
He's getting across it. I mean, maybe it's just like a... Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's absolutely nothing. But it's just interesting that two players did very weird approaches. Yeah, approaches to the kickoff. It's not. Yeah, like you would see that and say that's bad. Unless they've just because you know what I mean. Like it's just easily crushed. The ball pitches off awkwardly, but the ball ends up in their half. It ends up in their possession.
They get it. Yeah.
Maybe that's a complete. Oh my god, they score!
Oh, the goal!
I did not know that was going to happen. I did not build that up on purpose. That is so funny.
Oh my days! So actually, it's genius because so they lose the kickoff.
They lose hard. Yeah,
and it's got speed, so they're not losing it slowly.
They mean to do that. That's really impressive.
That's class.
That's really impressive. Yeah, that's. I actually want to look at. I want to go to any of a replay and just see if they're doing that every time or sometimes at least. They won't be doing it every time, I presume. But yeah, nice play.
Look at the way that whose player POV are we on? Is this Hyder? Or
this is TMS that we're currently watching here.
Yeah, watch TMS. The way that he grabs the boost in the back corner, he knows the ball's coming at him quickly because he turns back so fast towards the net. He does not just like nonchalantly turn up the line.
Yes,
he is pre-steering on before he lands.
Yeah.
So he actually knows the ball's coming in this direction, and in that vein, I'm not sure why Hyder jumps. Actually, he probably should know that. Actually, I don't need to do that.
It's a very
it's scary because the ball's flying in. Or is Hyder actually just? Is this part of it? Is Hyder part of the strat as well, and he's faking?
No, I don't think so. I think he.
Let's see. Does he actually go? Is this legit?
I think he would leave it last second.
He does try.
I think he leaves it. I think he would leave it last second. TMS will be spam calling him to leave this at this point, right? Because he sees that no one's near his ball. But yeah, I think he jumps like at the start because it's. No matter how much you speak about things in your team talks and stuff, like this is just a common ball to jump for, because I also think you might have to in case this guy turns around, right? Like you should jump just in case. If your last guy calls you off it, then you fake it last second, and I presume that's what the kind of thought process is.
He could also pop it for TMS to follow, so it's not bad if he pops it.
It's completely fine to jump for this, and I don't know if he meant to fake it or if he just, I think he was just slightly off on it anyway, because it was an awkward bounce. Yeah, fantastic play. A really nice pass by Grammar here as well. This is important to know. I presume he gets the mid boost. Oh, that's actually another thing, Johnny.
So he's going in that direction so fast that he's going to win the race.
Gives you the mid boost like 100%.
It does, yeah. Unless the other team cheat down the line, which is not happening. Yeah, exactly.
There is no quicker. Oh my god.
That's a great spot. I'm glad that your weird radar went off. You were like, wait, something's off here. What's happening? because that's really cool strat.
Yeah, I mean, these are the only 2 games that we plan to watch, Johnny. But I like. Okay, that was a TMS.
This is what we do, by the way. We will sit in
wait.
calls and we will look at these. Maybe this one, did they get faked or was?
So there was a fake happened, but if he just went to that side originally, then it doesn't matter. That's the plan. Like if he went, where is TMS? Oh, he's not in the game yet.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, there he is. No, he
did a normal approach this time. Well, he didn't do the turn left first.
I can't see. I can't. Hang on, cut this out. I need to get to his perspective, but it's not letting me because he's not in the game yet. And then the game starts so soon. Does the admin pause after this? Because the game literally starts.
Yeah, the admin pauses here.
Oh, do they? Okay. I actually want to see anyway. Okay.
Or maybe he did. I don't know. It could.
No,
Johnny.
Johnny. He's doing this. I promise you, he's doing this. Like, oh
okay,
my
so
god, it keeps going to my. It keeps like, okay, here, look. Even though the Sheila isn't ready for this kickoff, I presume the admin pauses after this and restarts. But look, he's turning left. So
he does turn left. Okay.
This is a kickoff that they're actually doing for sure.
It is. Yeah, it is. That's cool. They've not only got a new positional strategy, new rotation. They've got a new kickoff as well, which is
really nice kickoff. Yeah, they won't try and do it on this one because it's double die. I mean, they could.
Will they both do it? No,
imagine they both do it, just like because they basically just own goal. They pinch it like in the opposite way at that point. Yeah, double diagonal here again. Zoom. Grammar's taking it. No, yeah, just regular kickoff on the double diagonals. But yeah, okay, we're actually getting spammed with corner kickoffs. Yes.
Yeah, they do it again.
Wow. Oh my god, it secures the mid boost. And as long as the guy
and the ball comes back, and you've got a goalie, you've got somebody covering mid.
Does he fake?
That's a great strat.
He'll touch this because he has to. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Okay, not the best continuation, but I like the idea.
You say that. We're going to get a goal off it again somehow. I don't know why, but we've scored.
Wow. Wait, how do we get a goal off this?
I mean, it's just a continuation and kind of a misplay from the opponents.
Sheila just gets so mega dunked on. Okay.
Kuxir is a little like, he's not sure whether he can go for the ball up the wall here. I think he turns. Like he's like, yeah, can I go? And then goes back and gets demoed for it, and then
they kind of beaten this a little bit in defense. They should have probably had more resistance, but still,
we've got
the strategies creating volatility. Cringe, normal kickoff.
Cringe.
Ooh. Boo.
Ooh.
Oh, the little side cheat. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they have kickoff shots on every kickoff. I love it. I really love it. I think Rocket League is such a underdeveloped game in terms of strategy. I'll be honest. I think that with how the game. Okay, real quick. Last kickoff. Yeah, they're doing it every time.
Yeah, they did it again.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Big volatile side wall.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, this one went more towards the opponents.
And they're gonna score off it. I mean, it's not exactly off of the. It's not off of the kickoff.
But it's off of the
boost grab. Yes.
It's off of the boost.
Oh my days. That's brilliant.
No, this is sick. That's super sick. So now this team is I'm super excited. I hope they stick together. I wanna see their run through Last Chance Qual, and I want to see them work on this. I hope Kuxir's cooking in the coaching kitchen, because I think they're onto something here, and that was just their first event, I believe, trying this. Unless maybe they were doing it for all the events, and that was just the first time it worked. I'm not sure. And I don't know. Now that we've seen how successful it could be, maybe they don't want to talk to us and tell us what's happening. They want to keep it to themselves.
They shouldn't.
Yeah, they shouldn't talk to us at all. In fact, I'm not even going to ask them.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell them, don't talk to us.
No. Not that there will
Let
be...
us continue to speculate. Imagine they're all watching this. They're like, wow, these guys are idiots. They think that we're like leaving a player upfield and leaving somebody back. We're actually just spamming back passes.
Yeah. No, we're just trying to score on our net, and one of our players just keeps saving it.
Teammates keep saving it. Hopefully you guys like this kind of style of video. We're not 100. This is us looking at a play style that looks different.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Trying to figure out what's different about it, and then going and seeing if there's potential there, seeing if it works.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, maybe seeing a kickoff strat along the way, but it's a very experimental style, I guess.
It is. It's really interesting because Rocket League, like I was saying before, and I'll finish this point, and we'll leave it at that. But like Rocket League is a very mechanical game, and as mechanics have progressed, players have gotten quicker, which means that players can get more aggressive. It actually kind of does mean that these guys, it allows them to do this as well. They wouldn't be able to do this and have one player upfield if they have two players back, unless they're absolutely confident that the two players have enough mechanical skill to deal with the situation every time. So it kind of helps them as well. But at the same time, Rocket League progresses over the years, with just getting quicker, more aggressive with what you're doing, and what you're able to recover from. And so I do think that like kind of the strategy, I don't think it's not gone down, it's just changed. You know what I mean? It's just changed to become more aggressive and more you know, kind of aggression focused, I guess, and being able to recover
for the past few seasons especially.
Exactly. And so I do think that I don't want to say it's become lost, like a little bit of like the kind of strategy in this game. It's not become lost, it's just changed. And I do like that we're kind of experimenting with things that don't rely you know, completely on mechanics and stuff like that. It's slightly different. It's just interesting. And if you compare that with the mechanics, which they're already doing, then yeah, who knows? You know, if a top team, and I don't mean that in any offense to this team, but like a Vitality, what if they tried this? I don't know.
Vitality would be good with this. They're kind of already skewed a bit more towards the defensive, slow playing style already, where they don't play like hyper aggression like KC or like Falcons or Twisted Minds.
I'm still skeptical.
I think Vitality could do this.
I'm still skeptical. I would put more money on it not working at like a completely top level than it would than I would put it working. But that's just me being skeptical, I guess, naturally of stuff like this. But it's at the same time, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it, and it doesn't mean that you can't take parts from it into your own game. I mean, you guys watching at home, Johnny, you know, I'm for the first time ever. Do we have this in the course? I
don't know if we know. We don't have this playstyle in the course. We need to be honest with you guys. This one's not in there because we're not even sure we know what the playstyle is.
We're usually pretty confident that everything we cover. We spent so long on the course that we've got everything. We're pretty confident.
Yeah.
We might not have this. We might need to.
We don't have specifically this.
We need to revise this.
We've got a video on back passes.
We do.
But it definitely didn't go hand in hand with this playstyle. We're going to be honest. But yeah, we might need to add this once we've done a little bit more thinking about it.
Yeah, we're slacking.
Once we've done a bit more review, maybe a bit more. I mean, we do a lot of what you just saw there, us jumping about, looking at things. Oh yeah, it happens here, it works here, it doesn't work here. That's just something we've done a lot over the course of the years making the next rank course for you guys, but we might need to add something here. It's a cool style, and it is rare to get new play styles and new positional styles in Rocket League. I think that you should definitely, if you guys have a 3v3 team that you play with, 100% try this in ranked. Don't do it solo queue. People are going to get mega confused if you're just sitting upfield, not coming back, and then sitting in defense, never advancing. Actually, maybe they won't mind that one too much, but you want to do this with a pre-made team. And the idea, this in summary, is if you're trying to sell this to your teammates and they don't have time to watch this whole video, is never commit as third man. In fact, sit deeper than you think you should. And as first man, if you look back and you see both your teammates look comfortable, don't rush back. Just chill. Look for a way to be an outlet pass, or to, you know, maybe you could still demo people instead. Like, so just because this team's not prioritizing, it doesn't mean you can't. And yeah, the outlet pass or the back pass angle where you come in, where the other team might be intercepting your teammates' clears, you just come in and back pass it to them instead of letting the other team get touched. That's essentially the summary of it. And you can absolutely try this at home.
Definitely, it's very safe to do so. Like you said, that try this at home. Yeah, no danger with this one.
One caveat: if you're playing with a rank disparity in your team, for example, if Jack and I queued up right now with another pro player, you would pretty much exclusively do this play style when the bad player is not in defense. Because if Jack is playing with me and he looks back and he sees me in defense, he'll immediately think I need to get back immediately. But if I'm playing with, let's say, Jack and Zen, just to name anyone, team. I look back at defense, I'd be like, oh yeah, they probably got that. They don't need my help for this. So
all Johnny means by that is that if you're playing in a trio and you see that your teammates aren't letting you stay in defense, they think you're a terrible player, and it means that it means that you need to watch more next rank videos and check out the course in the description, guys. That is all for this video. Check it out in the description. Check out all of our other videos on the channel. Let us know what you think of the playstyle. Let us know what you think of our analysis on GHT, the first Italian top 8 team in RLCS ever. Congrats to them. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.